Hi guys, Alvin here and welcome to another new video on every Monday. And today I prayed about it and I decided to do a series of videos unlike the normal videos, and I plan and design a series called Discipling the World series to help you as Christians, to help you to understand what it is like to actually to disciple as a disciple of Jesus and what's our responsibility. So, just to share with you, there will be new videos every Monday in this series. So, I already planned a series of videos and things to help you. And every Monday, I'll be broadcasting here. So, remember to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. I'll be publishing it all on YouTube for free, where you can learn a series of videos to help you in your walk with Jesus, to help you objectively to live a holy life for Jesus Christ. That is the purpose of this series. So today's sharing is about the very first one. I think I prayed to God and God asked me to share this, which I didn't understand why. But I believe that many Christians are not aware of the warnings and dangers that are to come to your life when you say you accept Jesus into your life. So it's very important to understand that when you accept Jesus, alright, what are the things that are expected of you and what will you experience as a Christian, so that you set the expectation, when you believe as a Christian. So I thought that would be a very useful, and as I read through the scripture and I'm going to share with you more insight, what are the dangers and warnings that you need to be aware as a Christian. So today's sharing is actually from Matthew chapter 24, verse 4 to 14. So you can, if you got a Bible, I encourage you to read the entire Matthew chapter 24 if you can, to know more. Alright, so let's read together. Alright, some of the verse. Alright, see to it that no one misleads you, for many, not one person, but many will come in my name saying I am Christ, and will mislead many. Right, remember this was actually mentioned and talked to a group of Christian believers. Okay, and Jesus said this 2,000 years ago, that there will be many people who claim to be Christ or Messiah, the chosen one. Alright, do we actually see that today? Yes, we do. If you go to the Wikipedia, you search people who claim to be Jesus, right? Since the 18th century, I believe there are even more before that who actually claim to be Jesus. Okay, so there are many people out there even today that claim to be Jesus, and today we still have people claiming to be Jesus. So do not be misled, and you'll be surprised that thousands of people get misled by all these people as well. And the scripture says, you'll be hearing of wars and rumors of wars. See that you are not frightened, for this thing must take place, and that is not yet the end. There are some Christians who are very upset with God, say, God, you are so good, why do you allow wars to happen? The thing is that he already told you in advance, 2,000 years ago, that there will be wars. So why are you arguing that there's war? He said it, there will be wars, and these things must take place. Are we in a position to question that these things should not take place? No, we are not God. God is God. He is holy, and He said that this thing must take place, so it must take place. Do not question why it takes place. Alright, I know it's a bad thing, I know, but this is what the scripture says, and the scripture is always right. But He says that is not the end yet. So if you got this question always thinking in mind, if God is so good, why is there wars and why is there problems? Well, the answer is there. Okay. For nations will rise against nation and kingdom against kingdom, and in various places there will be famines and earthquakes. Take note, this was mentioned 2,000 years ago, but do we see this happen even today? Yes, we do. We do see kingdoms conquer over kingdoms, countries over countries, and especially the last point here that says a lot of famines and earthquakes. We see many. In fact, if you go and search Google on the number of earthquakes has been rapidly increasing throughout the years, and you'll be surprised almost every single day there are earthquakes somewhere around the world, and it's very scary once you know the statistics of that as well. But all things are merely the beginning, and all these things, the wars and the earthquakes, are just merely the beginnings of the birth of what is to come even more. Alright, so I can safely say we are already experiencing some of it. Okay, and Then after once you experience this birth, which already has started, right, I believe, then they will deliver you to tribulation, and people will kill you, and you'll be hated by nations because of my name. Do we see this even today? Yes, we do. We see many Christians get killed in many other countries that is heavily against Christianity, and we see pastors churches got closed down. So this is real. This is very, very real. I mean, I'm thank God that in my country we don't have this, but I always, very thankful for that, and I really admire those people who have so much great faith. And if you are in those countries, I pray that God will give you the strength to do what you need to do. And I believe this message is for you to persevere, because God already said that you will go through this. And so if you accept Jesus and you didn't get any persecution, something is wrong, because He said, you will be persecuted and delivered to tribulation. So don't be surprised if you experience this, alright, as a Christian. These are some of the expectation. I believe not many people talk about this, but this is something that you need to know, alright, as a Christian. You not just want a life of blessing and all. I mean, those things are what God provides, but God also gives us warnings about all these things that He said is to come. At that time, many will fall away and betray one another and hate one. I'm not surprised He said that, because imagine if you see this, someone persecute you, naturally many people will say, "Oh, I'm not a Christian, don't find me, and then you will betray one another." Do you notice it says here, it's not the non-believers that betray the believers, it's the believers that betray the believers. Alright, so do not be surprised people in your church will betray you and hate one another in the church as well. Okay, so this is to not only as non-believers but also the believers as well. So you will see people betray. So you're wondering why do Christians behave certain way, and why, well, you gotta answer that. So that is to be expected, and that's part and parcel of being tested by God, I believe, and also going to trials as well. As you can imagine, if you get all this, right, definitely you will want to betray Him. Especially, okay, maybe you live in a country that you don't feel this, but if you live in a country, imagine that someone, is threatening you for your life. Will you actually stand for Jesus? Alright, that is the ultimate test. Okay. And he said here, many, alright, not one, alright, many will fall away. So I pray you're not the one that's going to fall away. And thank God you're watching this video. Alright, many false prophets will actually arise and mislead many people, that's what it says here. And because of lawlessness is increased, and most people's love will grow cold. Do we see this now? I think this is very prominent now, especially we see many people grow cold in love because of lawlessness. Alright, things that used to be wrong suddenly become more acceptable today. I don't want to mention what it is, but you can see also many false prophets are coming up today around the world, and so you must be very careful for yourself as a Christian to live the right life and the right guidance, as what Jesus already has warned us over here. Okay, but what He says, alright, the one who endures to the end will be saved. So this is the action. This is what He expects every Christian to do, is to endure all this suffering, all this killing, all this threatening till the end. Then, alright, then you will be saved. Alright, so don't think that once you mention sinner's prayer you are saved. You need to endure all these sufferings there and you will be saved. Alright, so that's what it says there. It's the word of God. You can't argue with that. Okay, so and what must we do? Since we are here, we not only need to persevere persecution, right? But our main role, I would say, our main job, alright, is the gospel of kingdom shall be preached in the whole world as a testimony to all the nations, and then the end will come. The thing is that this have not happened yet. This is still happening right now. Alright, so this has not happened yet. I believe it's on the way. So at the meantime, since this has not happened, our main role right now is to do this, alright, preaching the gospel of the kingdom, which I'm going to focus a lot in this series. How do you preach the gospel of the kingdom? How do you preach the gospel? You'll be surprised. You may not be the way you think it is, because I'm going to share with you something very interesting on how actually Jesus shared the gospel that not many preachers are preach about. Okay, so do catch up this series in the next week's video. I'll share with you more about the gospel. So what's your duty? Alright, so for mainly I want to summarize. Oops. Okay. PowerPoint is something wrong. Technology. So let me try to open up the slides again. Alright, this is what happens when you do it live. Sorry about that. Computer fail. Alright, so what's the duty? Alright, Discipling the World series, alright, is about getting ready. So I'll be going through in the a series of it, and I'm planning to do a complete free course that you can sign up. It will be published on Udemy for you guys, and I'm preparing to do that. It will take a lot of work and research to do that. So the series will talk about how to be ready. You can read on Matthew 24, so on, to how to be ready. Alright, teach you how to be equipped with the right knowledge, and also the series will teach you how to preach the gospel the right biblical way. It's not the false spiritual law. Okay, so you want to watch that, and hit my announcement for next Monday. Alright, when I announce this, and I'll be kickstarting the series, which I believe every pastor, I hope every pastor and every Christian will actually do this. Alright, actually, especially the last part. Not many people are doing this part here. So I hope you will be encouraged to actually look through it. Alright, so I pray you are blessed. Alright, do share and like this video if you enjoy this video. Alright, I'll be publishing it on YouTube, so remember to click and share and like. Every person who share and like helps to spread more about these teachings and to help you to live right as a Christian. And also subscribe to our YouTube channel, where I will broadcast the teachings all for free online to help bless you and help you live a holy life that God expects from you. So I pray you are blessed, and God bless. Thanks for watching this week's short sharing. My name is Alvin. God bless, and see you again in next week's video.